On a brisk autumn morning in Norfolk, the quiet hum of innovation pulsed behind the walls of a repurposed industrial space, a modern-day laboratory at the forefront of sustainable fashion. The air buzzed with anticipation as one of Britain's most watched figures, Prince William, the Prince of Wales, prepared for an important visit. His destination? Colorfix, a pioneering biotechnology company and proud finalist of the 2023 Earthshot Prize in the Build a Waste-Free World category. This wasn't just a royal visit. It was a symbolic and strategic endorsement of a greener, smarter, and more sustainable future. The prince's arrival signaled the mounting urgency of climate action and the growing role of science-led innovation in rewriting the future of fashion, one dye molecule at a time. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. A royal mission meets a radical vision. Launched by Prince William in 2020, the Earthshot Prize has become one of the most prestigious environmental awards in the world, often referred to as the Nobel Prize for the Planet. It seeks to spotlight bold solutions to the world's most pressing environmental challenges. Colorfix, based in Norwich, captured global attention in 2023 for its innovative approach to one of the dirtiest secrets in fashion, textile dyeing. Traditional dyeing methods use toxic chemicals, colossal amounts of water, and generate substantial pollution. Colorfix offers an elegant, biology-based alternative. Using DNA sequencing and fermentation processes borrowed from nature, they program microorganisms to produce and fix color onto fabric without harmful waste or synthetic dyes. It's sustainable, scalable, and stunningly effective. As Prince William arrived at the Colorfix facility, dressed in a navy blazer and his signature earth-tone trousers, he was met with applause and genuine excitement from the Colorfix team and local officials. His visit wasn't merely ceremonial, it was a hands-on exploration of how science and sustainability converge. The power of bioinnovation. Inside the sleek lab, the prince was given a full tour by Colorfix co-founders Dr. Yarkoni and Jim Agioka, a pair whose friendship and collaboration began at the University of Cambridge. With passionate clarity, they explained their journey, from genetically engineering microbes for medicine to revolutionizing the fashion industry. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. You could say we're trying to make color not only beautiful but also clean, Dr. Yarkoni joked as he guided the prince through a room filled with fermentation tanks. The prince listened intently, nodding with admiration. It's fascinating how you've taken inspiration from nature itself to create something that is not only effective but essential, he said. This is exactly the kind of solution Earthshot was designed to support. At one station, the prince observed petri dishes blooming with vibrant hues, sapphire blues, fiery reds, earthy greens, all grown biologically. It was a visual demonstration of how genetic coding replaces chemical dye vats. The sheer vibrancy of the color contrasted sharply with the sterile, lab-like environment, and the prince remarked how poetic it was to grow beauty from biology. A revolution in the making. Textile dyeing accounts for up to 20% of global industrial water pollution, according to the World Bank. In countries where garments are mass-produced, rivers often run the color of the season's trends. Fashion may be aesthetic, but its environmental footprint is stark. Colorfix's system uses 10 times less water, no heavy metals, and no petrochemicals. Instead of importing dyes and managing massive waste disposal infrastructure, manufacturers using Colorfix receive tiny vials of engineered microorganisms. These are then grown on-site using sugar, plant matter, and a process akin to brewing beer. The prince was clearly impressed. So you're not just offering an alternative, you're decentralizing and democratizing the entire process. That's a game changer, he said. The company has already run successful pilot programs in Portugal, Italy, and India. Partnerships with major fashion brands are underway. Yet Colorfix remains fiercely focused on ethics, equity, and ecological balance. Behind the scenes, the people powering progress. Throughout the day, Prince William made a point of speaking with the lab technicians, researchers, and sustainability officers who bring Colorfix's vision to life. One conversation with Priya Nair, a lead microbiologist originally from Mumbai, stood out. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. My grandmother used to dye saris using natural indigo and turmeric, she shared with a smile. Now I'm using DNA to do the same thing without harming the environment. It's a full circle moment. The prince, visibly moved, replied, "Stories like yours show how deeply personal sustainability can be. You're bridging traditions and technology." He also spoke with Sam Goff, an engineer overseeing the scale-up of Colorfix's production processes. Scaling sustainability is always the hardest part, Goff said. We want to make sure our system works whether you're dyeing 10 shirts or 10,000. Prince William responded thoughtfully, "Scalability is key if we want these innovations to become the norm, not the exception. What you're building here is more than a business, it's a blueprint." The Earthshot connection. In October 2023, Colorfix was named one of the 5 finalists in their category at the Earthshot Prize ceremony in Singapore. Although the ultimate winner was an Indian startup tackling plastic pollution, Colorfix's journey was turbocharged by the recognition. Being an Earthshot finalist gave us visibility and validation, said co-founder Jim Agioka during a private lunch with the prince and local environmental leaders. It opened doors to funders, partners, and governments. But most importantly, it reminded us that what we're doing matters beyond the lab. Prince William concurred. The prize is about hope, action, and tangible change. But it's also about storytelling, amplifying voices like yours that are offering real, working solutions. The lunch, held in a converted greenhouse on site, featured locally sourced vegan cuisine, a nod to Colorfix's commitment to sustainability at every level. Over a plate of lentil stew and artisan sourdough, the prince and the founders discussed how to inspire the next generation of eco-entrepreneurs. Education, ecosystems, and the next chapter. Toward the end of his visit, the prince joined a roundtable with university students, local policymakers, and global fashion stakeholders. The discussion focused on how to integrate biotech innovation into educational curriculums and fashion manufacturing. Too often, young people are taught science in silos, the prince said. What you're doing here at Colorfix shows that biology, design, sustainability, and business are all part of the same ecosystem. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. He emphasized the need for funding mechanisms, cross-border collaborations, and policies that favor green technologies. His remarks were met with applause and curiosity, especially from the students, who saw in him not just a royal figurehead, but a champion for their future. A lasting impression. Before departing, Prince William planted a native tree in the Colorfix courtyard, symbolic of both the Earthshot Prize and the company's commitment to regeneration. The sapling, a young English oak, was chosen for its resilience and longevity. As he packed soil around its base, the prince remarked, "This tree, like your work here, is rooted in science, sustained by care, and reaching for a better future." He then unveiled a commemorative plaque engraved with the words, "In celebration of Colorfix's vision for a waste-free world, HRH the Prince of Wales, 2023. With warm handshakes and heartfelt goodbyes, the prince's visit came to an end. But for Colorfix, the momentum was just beginning. The ripple effect. In the weeks following the visit, media coverage surged. Global fashion houses initiated fresh talks. Universities approached Colorfix about partnerships. Funding offers arrived. And, perhaps most importantly, everyday consumers started asking new questions about how their clothes were made and dyed. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. We've been in the lab for years, Dr. Yarkoni said. Now, we're finally out in the world, showing that biotech can be beautiful. Colorfix is preparing to expand its operations globally, from South America to Southeast Asia. They are developing new strains of color-producing organisms and working with indigenous communities to rediscover and revive ancient color traditions using modern methods. Prince William's legacy in motion. The Prince of Wales has always spoken of his desire to leave behind not just a SYK plus MK symbolic legacy, but a tangible one, a world where his children and grandchildren can breathe cleaner air, drink cleaner water, and wear clothes dyed without guilt. His visit to Colorfix was more than a royal engagement. It was an act of alignment with science, with sustainability, and with the bold vision of a circular economy. By shining a light on innovators like Colorfix, Prince William is using his platform to move the dial, not in decades, but now. He's showing that the future of fashion doesn't lie in fast trends, but in slow science, circular systems, and compassionate curiosity. Closing thoughts. As the sun dipped behind the Norwich skyline that evening, the Colorfix team gathered around the newly planted oak. Birds chirped, wind stirred the leaves, and someone remarked, "This is history in motion." And it truly was. In that small courtyard, through DNA strands and dreams, a new chapter of eco-innovation had begun, watched, supported, and celebrated by a prince who believes in the power of change. Subscribe the channel to get such videos.